already explained what is this total error. Now total error is classified as the random sampling error and the non-sampling error. Now this non-sampling error is further classified as response error and the non-response error. This response error is maybe because of researcher, maybe because of interviewer, and maybe because of the respondent. So non-sampling, apart from the sampling error, there are some other error which is known as non-sampling error. Means you will select the correct sample. In case of random sampling error, there may be means you will select incorrect sample. But in case of non-sampling error, you will take the correct sample, but the chances of error that occur because of the response error or because of the non-response error. Maybe respondent give the answer that may not be correct. So that is called response error. Non-response error means they will not respond to your question. Then again it will create some error and is known as non-response error. Now further, this response error is classified in three different parts. That is the researcher error, interviewer error, and the respondent error. So first is researcher error. Researcher error is further classified as surrogate information error, measurement error, population definition error, sampling frame error, and the data analysis error. We will discuss these errors one by one. So we have already discussed this. Yes, non-response error. This non-sampling error is classified as the response error and non-response error. So what is this non-response error? Non-response error arises when some of the respondents included in the sample do not respond. So is it clear? Second is response error. It arises when the respondents generally give you inaccurate answers or their answers are misrecorded or misanalyzed. Means when respondent doesn't respond to your questions, then it is called the non-response error. Or sometimes they respond, but they will give you some inaccurate answers, or they can, or sometimes it is misrecorded by the researcher, or it may be sometimes misanalyzed by the researcher. Then again it will create a, means respondent will give you correct answer, but it is misrecorded by the researcher or misanalyzed by the researcher. Then again it will create a kind of error which is known as the response error. Now this response error is further classified as what I said, researcher error, interviewer error, and the respondent error. Now in response error is further classified as researcher error, and in the researcher error the first is surrogate information error. What is this surrogate information error? Variation between the information needed for the research problem and the information sought by the researcher. Means if there is a variation, means what do you want to collect, there may be the variation in the problem. Suppose you want to measure the customer satisfaction, but what you are measuring, you are measuring the customer loyalty. So that is known as surrogate information error. Means variation between the information needed for your research problem and the information sought by the researcher. If I ask you to measure the customer satisfaction and you are considering that customer means your concept is like that, the customer satisfaction is more or less same as customer loyalty. So what you will do, instead of measuring this customer satisfaction, you are considering both are the same term. So instead of measuring this, you are measuring the customer loyalty. Then it will create a kind of error that is known as surrogate information error, because in your problem, in your actual problem, you have to measure customer satisfaction, but as a researcher you are considering both the terms are same, so you are measuring this customer loyalty, but in actual both the terms are different. So that is known as the surrogate information error. Or if you say the employee commitment and the employee's job satisfaction. So you will consider if employees are, no, not job satisfaction, employee commitment and the employee productivity, let's say. If you say if employees are committed to their organization, they will be highly productive in the job. So you will considering जो ज़्यादा committed है, they will be highly productive. So if you want to conduct some research on employee commitment, but instead of collecting data for this employee commitment, you are collecting data for this employee productivity. So this is known as the surrogate information error. Means you consider both the terms are same, but in actual both are different. So that is the variation between the information needed by the research for the research problem and the information sought by the researcher. Second type of researcher error is population definition error. So what is this? The variation between the actual population relevant to the problem at hand and the population defined as by the researcher. So like affluent household are defined in two manners. Means if I ask you what is the definition of this affluent households, so there are two definitions, like those whose annual income is more than 10 lakh, or the annual expenditure on different items are more than 2 lakh. So for the same population, for the same this affluent household, there are two different definitions. So if suppose my study, I am conducting some study which is based on this income, my problem definition error, this affluent household is defined in two different terms, that is annual income and the annual expenditure. So suppose I am conducting some study and my study is basically, or my problem is basically, or my objective of my research is based on this annual income, but I know the definition of both are defining this affluent household, and I'm in my sample I'm considering all the respondents, those who have expenditure on the different items more than the 2 years. So again it is a kind of error, because you must know what is the objective of your study. If my objective of my study is on this affluent household, but affluent household में उन्हीं को लेंगे whose annual income is more than 10 lakh. So again there is two different definitions, but my objective is based on first definition, and whatever sample I took, that is based on this second definition. So it will create some error in your responses and hence in your data, and hence finally the information you will get. That is known as population definition error. Or let's say if I want to conduct some research in rural area, so there are number of definitions for this rural that define this term rural. Sometimes the rural is defined in terms of agriculture, or sometimes in terms of population density, sometimes in terms of occupation. So there are number of definitions given by the number of organizations. Now it will depend on my objective. As per my objective, if I want to conduct my research in rural area, what is the objective and which definition I am going to use. If I am considering the definition of population density in any particular area, then I will select my sample based on this population density one. If my objective is based on the occupation of the rural people, then definitely I will select my sample by keeping in mind the occupation of the people instead of this population density definition. So that is known as the population definition error. Means that if there is a variation in the actual population relevant to the problem at hand and the population as defined by the researcher. The third type of error under this researcher error is the sampling frame error. The variation between the population. What is sampling frame? Sampling frame is basically the listing of all the elements of the population, the listing of all the individuals in the population. That is known as the sampling frame. Means you have the list of all the respondents of your population, and now from that list you will select few samples. That is known as sampling frame. Let's say I have all.
Ma'am, you are not audible.
What's
not audible?
हाँ?
उसमें आवाज कट गया था.
Okay. कहाँ तक सुना आपने?
Sampling frame.
Okay. Sampling frame is basically the listing of all the individuals or all the respondents or all the people in the population. Suppose I have the roll number of all the students in your class or in your batch. So that is known as sampling frame, and from that list I will select few respondents. So if there is a variation between the population defined by the researcher and the population as implied by the researching sampling frame. Like when you guys have joined, so I have the list of, let's say, 72 students. In my Excel sheet, I have the list of 72 students, but some of them left. So your total strength is, I think, 66 in your batch. What is the strength of your class, your batch?
68, ma'am.
Yeah, 68. So I have the total 72 students left, but still you are 68 in number. Means 4 have already left. But in my sampling frame, I have the list of these 72 students. So there may be the chances at the time of selecting the sample, I may select these 4 students also. I can take the name of these 4 students also. So I will try to collect the data from those 4 students. So that will again create some error. So that is known as the sampling frame error. The variation between the population defined by the researcher, like as suppose considering myself as a researcher, so I will define this list of 72 students as a sampling frame, or defined population defined by the researcher, and the population as implied by the sample. But actually in sampling frame there are only 68 respondents or 68 individuals, but as per the researcher there are 72. Actually there are 68, but wrongly I have 72 list of respondents. So that is known as a sampling frame error. Just like telephone directory used to generate the list of telephone numbers does not accurately represent the population of potential consumers because of unlisted or disconnected or new numbers in service. So that is known as a sampling frame error. Then data analysis error. Again it comes under the researcher error or researcher error. So what is data analysis error? The inappropriate statistical procedure may lead to misleading findings. Means during our data analysis session, we will discuss the different types of techniques, like that is factor analysis, or we will learn about this regression analysis or the discriminant analysis. Then we will also discuss about ANOVA and different types of t-test. Then we will also talk about the multi-dimensional scaling. So all have their own objective. Means under what situation you will use factor analysis, under what situation you will use regression analysis, you have to identify as per the objective, as per the variables you have, as per the hypothesis you have made, and the number of dependent and independent variable you have used based on the type of scaling you have used, whether you have used the categorical scale or whether you have the continuous scale. So based on all these factors, you will choose your data analysis technique. So sometimes there may be the possibility like for your particular problem, you should use this factor analysis. But your concept for data analysis is not clear and you have chosen this regression. Instead of using this factor analysis, you are using the regression. So obviously you will get the different finding and the different results. So the inappropriate statistical procedure may lead to misleading findings. So that is known as a data analysis error. Just like, or sometimes you wrongly like this organizational support and the job satisfaction. So you take this organizational support as a dependent IDV, independent variable, and this job satisfaction as a dependent variable. But this is your actual IDV and DV. But maybe at the time of data analysis, what you will do, you will select this job satisfaction as a IDV and you will select this organizational support as a DV. So again, it will give you the misleading finding. So that is known as a data analysis. So these are the different types. Like under this researcher error, response error is classified as researcher, respondent, and the interviewer error. Or in short, you can say RRI. R, first R representing researcher, second R is representing your respondent, and I is representing your interviewer error. Now this researcher error is further classified as surrogate information error, population definition error, sampling frame error, and the data analysis error. Now second that will come is the interviewer error. This interviewer error. In interviewer error, there is first which is known as respondent selection error. When interviewers select respondents other than those specified by the research design. For example, in the readership survey of Times of India, you have selected both readers as well as non-readers during the data collection. That is known as, means that the error that is done by the interviewer. So what type of error the interviewer can do, like the respondent selection error. They can select the respondent, those who are not defining your sample. Again, you are collecting data from those also, like those who are in the readership survey of Times of India, you are collecting data those who are the reader, but also you are taking those who are non-readers also. So it is the error which is done by the interviewer at the time of taking interview, at the time of data collection. Then it is known as the interviewer error or the respondent selection error. Means you are selecting the respondents incorrectly. Then it is the respondent selection error. Then again, under this interviewer error, the second type of error is the questioning error. Means error made in asking questions or not in probing when more information is needed. Means you are asking wrong questions. Then it is known as the questioning error, or when the probing is required. Like if you want to measure, let's say, the type of, or is there any marital conflict in the family, but instead of asking this question, you are asking something else. Then it is known as this questioning error. Means instead of asking the correct question, you are asking different other kinds of irrelevant questions. Then again, it will be called the questioning error. Then that is done by this interviewer. Then recording error. Errors in hearing, interpreting and recording of answers is known as recording error. Means the interviewer may have some hearing problem, और आपने कुछ और response किया है and interviewer को कुछ और ही समझ में आया. That is the interpreting error. Or at the time of recording, कुछ आपने कुछ और बोला and he recorded. You said yes and he recorded no. Or let's say neutral. So that is known as the recording error. There may be the chances, every time there may be the chances, because the number is more. Suppose you want to collect data from the 1,000 respondents. So at the time of collecting this 1,000 respondents, there may be the chances of recording error. Instead of recording yes, you said no for any particular respondent. So again, it will create an error. So like, for example, some people have positive, neutral or negative responses for demonetization. Okay, but the researcher consider this neutral as a silent supporter of demonetization. There may be some people, suppose you ask what is your view for this demonetization or for the current government policies. So there may be some people who will be very positive for the government policy. There may be some who will be very negative. There may be some who may be neutral. So what you will do, you will consider this neutral person as a negative person. Means they are the negative. So again, you are misinterpreting. You are misinterpreting this neutral person because they are neutral. If you want to give ratings to 1 to 3, if 4 and 5, suppose you make this quantitative scale of 1 to 5. So those who are positive, obviously you will give 5. Those who are negative, you will obviously give either 1 or 2. Those who are neutral, so neutral means 3. 3 का जो neutral इसका ये मतलब नहीं कि they are the negative. They may be positive also, they may be negative also, and that's why they are the neutral. So you cannot say कि this neutral person is totally negative. So again, it's a kind of misinterpreting the finding. So it is known as a recording error. It comes under the recording error. Then fourth that comes under this interviewer error is the cheating error. When interviewer fabricates the answer to the part or all of the interview, means that is done by the interviewer only. Then third type of error is the respondent error. Means we have discussed about this researcher error, we have discussed about this interviewer error. Now the third type of error that arises is because of the respondents, that is known as respondent error. What is the respondent error? So first is inability error. Means respondents' inability to provide accurate answer. Respondents may provide inaccurate answer because of unfamiliarity, fatigue, boredom, or the faulty recall. Suppose if I ask you how many times you ate pizza in last 1 year, or how many times you ate burger, or how many times you consume the cold drink or any brand, let's say Pepsi, in last 1 year. So it's the inability error of the respondent. Means you don't remember how many times you have consumed that chocolate, or how many times you ate that particular brand, or how many times you have fun time with your family. So that is known as a faulty recall, or is means you are unable to recall the answers. That is known as this inability error. Or sometimes respondents are not able to understand that question, is what she is asking and what I'm answering. That is also known as the inability error. Then unwillingness error, respondents unwilling to provide accurate information. Just like suppose if I ask you some personal questions, let's say what is the relationship between your means your parents, like is there any marital conflict between you and your parent, not between you and your, means is there any marital conflict between your parents like your mother and father? If I ask you, you will definitely say no. But if I ask you indirectly, then there may be number of questions, but if I directly ask you, you will say no. If I directly ask you, is there any financial issue in your problem, financial crisis in your problem, you will say no. So that is known as, means you are unwilling to provide the accurate information. Don't want like others know about your family problems or others know about your financial crisis and all. So that is known as the unwillingness. That is by the respondent. Okay. So that is all about the different types of errors we have. Errors in the research: the total error, random sampling error, and the non-sampling error. This non-sampling error is further classified as response error and non-response error. This response error is again classified as RRI, that is researcher error, respondent error, and the interviewer error. Now, this researcher error is further classified as surrogate information error, population definition error, sampling frame error, and the data analysis error. This interviewer error is further classified as respondent selection. What kind of error that an interviewer can do? So it can be a respondent selection, it can be a questioning error, it can be a recording error, or it can be a cheating error. What kind of error that you can get from the respondent? So it can be inability error or the unwillingness error. So these are the different types of error. And so do you have any problem for this, any doubt regarding this error, sampling error, non-sampling error, response or non-response error? Any doubt? Anurag?